Here's the situation. I am building a rocket to get video of the annular solar eclipse, not of the sun, but of the moon's shadow on the landscape. My goal is 90,000 feet, 17 miles, 5 times higher than my personal best. And I have no idea how it'll look because unlike a total eclipse, the moon doesn't fully cover the sun. All of the shadows will be soft and hard to see. It's a mystery, a leap of faith. This project could take a year, but I only have 2 months. And since I crashed last time, I'm starting from scratch. I'm gonna need help, because I get one try, and the chase is on. Today is August 12th, and by August 31st, hopefully we'll be doing some deployment tests right over there in the yard. Today I'm going to cut the fins for the booster and sustainer. This is a pretty big day, because once I cut the fins, it's really hard to go back. Rock and roll.
I've just run a whole bunch of sims, and these are our fin shapes. This is Keegan. Oh, you're horribly backlit. Let me switch sides. That's better. This is Keegan. And these are the tubes. Oh, and this is the fin jig I'm borrowing from Zyla. Thanks, Zyla. We're gonna use these plies with the little rectangles on the bottom because last time in the transition we had these segments of aluminum tape that went in between the transition and the body tube, and this gave a little extra room for the sustainer igniter. But this time we want to do a layup on the tube, and that'll give us a little extra room for the igniter without having like bunching of tape on the pad, because that sucked.
Now that our hands are covered in carbon dust, it is time to tack on the first 2 fins. How does this look compared to this again? Also, thank you, Zyla, for letting me borrow your fin jig. It's clipped. Here we go. Oh, alright. First fin. Oh, no. No. Very tacky. Oh my god, I want to take off this respirator so bad.
Finally finished sanding these goddamn fins.
We're building a rocket. Looks weird without the glitter.
All the fillets are done, and tomorrow we sand. Good night, Rocket. I measured out like a quarter circumference here and then just did the fin shape. We actually don't need all that length, so we end up with a little bit on the outside then we can cut. Abhi has convinced me that that's net pretty good. And Abhi is sanding the Sustainer. Yes. Don't breathe the dust, kids. Don't breathe the dust. GoPro sun protection here for the time lapse. I got all the plies cut up last weekend, and I assumed that I was going to do 4 plies for each section. So we have 8 of these sections to do, 4 on the booster and then 4 on the Sustainer. But over the week I've been considering, and I think I want to go to 6 ply instead of 4 ply. So
The numbering is going to be wrong, which is fine. I'm going to have to cut up more plies partway through, which is fine. It'll make me a little sad inside, but I will be invigorated by the confidence that I should hopefully survive Mach 3 with this.
well, Chloe, just having a grand old time.
Okay, so we faced off the part. Mr. Adams has sent me a drawing, which is actually the first time I'll ever be machining something off of a drawing, or like an official drawing. 1.805 to the base. I need some like machinist blue ink or whatever they call it. I'm just gonna ask if he can figure out the angle. I'm gonna outsource my thinking to him. Real slow.
48 days until Eclipse Day. Yesterday I did the booster layup, and today we're doing the Sustainer layup. I am feeling really nervous because I was hoping to get the first ground test done by like Wednesday of this upcoming week, and there's absolutely no way I'm gonna get there in time, which is pretty discouraging. But no, it's just pretty discouraging. There's no second half of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch it.
Is it Frankie? It's Frankie.
He hurt his hand and looked over. From Frankie.
Now that I don't have a lot of time to actually do everything myself, I've gone from like just doing everything to now I'm planning and making sure that when people show up on Saturday that we can actually do stuff and knock down as many dominoes as 4 or 5 people can. Anyway, those are the bulkheads. Most of these were cut by Piper, and one of these, it was spare from Spite. And these are going to get assembled on Saturday. So this will be fun. Look at this beauty.
Is that the...
Oh, that's that first. Okay.
So that way the load like doesn't go through the cameras, it goes through the separate line. And I think I still okay.
Good one, Anthony.
The shop was not built for 8. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was expecting like no more than 8. I was not expecting like everybody to show up. This is like really cool, but I'm also just trying to make sure everybody's unblocked. They seem pretty content to be chatting. But now you're unblocked.
Yeah, thank you.
You are. Do you want to rotate out? Holy shit! Oh, getting the leading edges looks really hard.
The leading and tailing edge hand sand it.
Okay.
Because
There's like a lot of fillet.
it's a
Interesting.
right-handed sander, so you have to go ahead and actually you might be able to get the leading edge much. Yeah, can
But this side is almost impossible.
Well, no, then you just put it together.
Of course. Oh, sure. Cool, this is coming along really nicely. Thank you so much, dude.
No, it doesn't need to. It's Kevlar. It's badass.
Does it again.
That's what you think. It's no joke.
We're on hour 6,
Something like that.
and we're about to start blowing shit up.
About time. Cool.
Ice cream truck.
Yes. All right, we're doing our first test of a vinyl tube charge. This is a new design for a high altitude charge. We got a couple of grams in here. I don't remember if I did 2 or 3 shear pins for the flight last time, so I'm gonna do 3. Is it arbitrary? Yes. That's all.
We die, we die.
We die, we die.
Short is clear.
Or you can go wider and then see where it goes.
Ready?
Countdown.
Going. It went over the fence. Uh-oh.
What happened?
It's over the fence.
Over the fence? What?
Oh.
Fire.
Stop. Okay, so here's what's happening. I am match drilling the staging top layer. There's the spot that I punched. And if I hold this up to the light, you can kind of see the staging bulkhead in there. And there needs to be enough room in between the staging bulkhead and come on. Needs to be enough room between the staging bulkhead and the hole, so that way there can be a nut plate in between and enough room for the bulkhead. So the spacing is pretty tight. So the staging bulkhead is there, and then there's going to be a ring of these nut plates centered like this, and then bulkhead A is going to be back here as well. Hello again. Tonight we're going to be epoxying in this piece, the staging bulkhead, into this piece, the staging coupler. However, since the staging bulkhead holds the sustainer in for the whole first part of flight, it needs to be really, really centered, and it needs to really snugly fit the motor. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the sustainer fin can, which is now mostly sanded down, and the motor case. The motor case is just sort of free floating, there's no prop in it. What we're going to do is we're going to fit it up to the booster inner stage, so that way this gets in the right place. So all of this stuff lives inside the interstage. So this staging bulkhead lives in here. This is hard to do with one hand, is the staging coupler with the staging bulkhead in it. These are going to be epoxied into one piece tonight. This is the transition. Shout out BPS Space Machining for printing this for me while my printer was on the fritz. This lives about here, and it goes about that far up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bolt it in place, and then we're going to slide this whole thing on, and when we do, this is going to fit up right here. And then this is going to be inside this tube. So because of the transition, the axis of the sustainer is going to be really close to the axis of the booster, just because there's so much engagement right here. So hopefully that means that the staging bulkhead will be in the right spot. Cue montage.
Go ahead and prime this guy. So I'm trying to add a good amount of epoxy in here, but not so much that it's going to drip a lot into the nut plates. That would be really bad. Moment of truth. Come on now. There you go. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just trying to get rid of all the epoxy on the lip. The only thing I want to stick is the staging bulkhead to the staging coupler. Nothing else. Here we go. Oh. Oops. I don't really know how to check and make sure they're seated properly. I probably should have measured that. Let's see, maybe if I... Oh. I think that's seated. That's cool! Look at this! Haha! What's that?
She doesn't like the rain for too long. Alright, I did a poor job documenting it, but I misjudged. I forgot that the wire whip antenna Telemega was going to go in the nose cone of the sustainer. So I tried to fix up the avionics parts I had to make it work, but I ended up just cutting up a new one, and now I'm going to epoxy it. It's not quite as clean as the one that Zyla had for Spite, but it's what I got, and we are under 3 weeks to go, so we're rolling. Alright, I'm just gonna leave it clamped. Booster avionics. Avionics gets fully assembled. Well, I mean, assembled enough. Power on test. First up, the Easy Mini. Yes! Sweet. Second, the Telemega. Nice. So now to make sure I have the length right, I'm going to put this on. Remember to screw in the nose cone tip all the way. After that, I'm going to unscrew the nose cone tip about halfway and then pull it closed. So that way there's a few threads to work with. Alright, cool. I just caught 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm all the way down the thread rung. So I'm going to unscrew it now. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're actually going to unscrew it one more. 5. Should be a few turns in there. I'm going to cut this short. Let's see how well I do that. Yes! Oh, 6! Oh, I mashed out this by hand! Yes! Oh. Uh-oh. That was so fast. I stripped it. Oh no. Nice. There are 2 weeks left. 2 weeks minus a few hours until it is time to launch. Right now, I have not ground tested yet. That's next on the list. I have not painted the rocket. I don't yet have the launch tower or the launch system to go with the launch tower. And I am starting to burn out a little, which is not a great feeling. I need to finish the checklist, pack all my things, make sure I have camping stuff that's like cold enough. Oh, the sun is out. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I really need to get out of this hammock. It feels too good. Oh, the other thing I need to figure out is the camera situation. So I nixed the camera cup, and now the camera lives in the FinCam coupler. I need to put some like microfiber cloth or like some sort of thing to protect the lenses in there. And I need some way to hold the cameras in position. I was relying on the outside of the cup to hold the camera cases in position. But now that it's in the coupler, I need to find some other way to hold the cameras in position so I can turn them on from the launch pad after the rocket goes vertical. The other option is to turn the cameras on before the rocket goes vertical. I think that's gonna take too long. Last time I tried this in Oregon, the cameras overheated after about 35 minutes. And it's gonna be significantly colder out there, but still that like 35-minute mark needs to not happen while it's on the pad or before the cameras get deployed. And this problem took me 2 months last time, and I have all that experience behind me, but now I need to solve it in like today. I should really get out of this hammock now. Alright, attempt number 2 with this bulkhead. So last time I tried to epoxy together both layers of the bulkhead and the eye bolt in and put it in the right side, in the right spot in the tube, and that went very poorly. So now the two sides of the tube, or the two sides of the bulkhead, are epoxied together. The eye bolt is epoxied in, but these threads are mostly clean. It's not perfectly straight, which is not great, but it's straight enough to where if I push it in, I don't know how well this comes through on camera, but I can still screw it into the forward closure. You can kind of see the bulkhead moves up and down, but I can still securely thread it in. Now I'm trying to pull on the forward closure. So I'm just going to epoxy it in anyway. And that shouldn't be a huge deal. This bulkhead is mostly for making sure the motor doesn't fall out. The hardest part is getting the fillet on the inside section. And I'm just going to do my best, and I'm going to do a nice fillet on the side that I can actually reach. And last time I was using only like single length popsicle sticks. This time I made some jank little tools to help me out. Wish me luck. Okay, so right now I am measuring out the length of this threaded rod. This threaded rod goes from the forward closure to this eye nut. So this is just sort of laid out how it'll be set up in the rocket. There will be this, which holds everything together, and then a spacer because the motor's not going to fill up the whole case. And then there will be this forward closure that marks the top of the motor. This threaded rod's going to screw in here, and then I'll cotter pin this, and then I'll slide the motor and the threaded rod together up here through this bulkhead, at which point I'll screw in this eye nut and cotter pin it very carefully, if rather awkwardly, from the opposite side. Can always cut it down a little more. Good morning once again. It is integration day, and we're doing a ground test of just the avionics. All right, whenever you're ready, pick your favorite. I think that's the Easy Mini. Oh, just kidding. No, it is not. That's the Telemega. Okay, so now I'm receiving telemetry, so that's cool. It thinks it's in flight. I have voltage on both the apogee and main igniters. Those are both the recovery ones. And then the two additional beeps are for the two additional igniters, which is exactly what we want. This is a startup.
I don't know what that is. Mean that we got Apogee and Main again, but I don't know what the da-ga-da is. That sounds like a warning. That might be a low voltage warning. 2 down, 2 to go. I'm not getting anything on here, so I think that's the Easy Mini. We got igniter A and B. Lovely. Amazing. We're good at soldering.
Yes.
Yes!
So this itty bitty. There's maybe some more itty bitties. Sorry.
You're fine.
This might be helpful. We don't need the smoke crane or anything. We just want to dry fit the whole. Their hardware team went off. This diagram too for sustaining me. So I got it. Great. Music whiplash a little bit. Terrible, Ken. One of their like a little bit because the like 80 thou or some shit. It's not a lot.
Boy. I can't really stand. It feels so good. It's so dense. Right? I hope that camera's still rolling. All right.
Yeah.
1 down, 3 to go.
Bro, do you even lift?
Yellow.
Too short?
This should. Yeah, okay, so I can make it width.
Maybe this is incorrect.
It's heavy.
So
Branch
this
tight. Torch
this
strike.
2 gram chart.
Voltage check both of them. Right. Plugs in. Oh, there it's okay.
Come on, Drogue. Please. Oh my god. You might need to do this outside. Wow, this is heavy, even dry. I can't get it closed. Okay.
How far from closed?
It's not like.
So the line can do that,
Toroidifying.
but the bag can't.
Oh, and the eye bolt on the other side is also sticking in. So now we got 2 things just kind of doing.
Yeah. Emily, do you want to go?
Such a. Are we getting to the same spot? Here, switch. Oh, it's getting closer. We're at like a 3/16.
3/16.
Ah! Okay. I don't know if we lined up the right shear.
Probably not.
But we can fix that. You're just too short. Apply.
We have a whole stage.
We've got a stage.
We have a whole stage. Okay, can we rotate it back so we don't smush the switches?
A whole stage.
Oh my god.
Okay, so that one should be here. It should not be here.
Batteries.
We're good.
Also have my.
Are we gonna be able to get this thing out?
That's a good question. Solder a wire to this, and then twist and tape the igniter lead to that, or we can fold it like this, and then fold the solid core wire in half, and then wrap up the tape across the two halves, and then tape the shit out of it around the nozzle. Because there should be enough clearance around the nozzle for several layers of tape.
Okay.
Hopefully I sized it such that the cotter pin will fit, which also getting that cotter pin is going to be a fucking nightmare. But I haven't actually fit checked whether or not the cotter pin will still go in.
It's like a quarter turn. Is that it line up with something? Yeah, we have 3 fine rooms, so that's not the issue.
Oh shit! What? It's a leak!
I'm gonna go grab our. As soon as I find. Incredible. Okay.
Giving us a shout.
So way. Literally, this is the plan for the cameras.
Nice.
Too, like, literally just does this. Literally just gonna wrap them up.
Sure. Just like you do with all your shoots.
Yep.
Need the big ones? Do you use this?
Nope.
Here, you know.
Wires are next. Oh, I need. Actually,
Right there.
do you want to get the wires in? I'm gonna write that down. What just happened?
What, you don't like your lasers for your room?
Like reprogramming the sustainer.
But before you do that, we should pull this forward. Yeah. Nice. All right.
Yes.
4 out of 4.
Okay, let's go.
4 out of 4.
Load it up.
What-
Also, your laptop needs battery.
Wool table. That should fit on. Oh, we need a cover. We do need a cover. You want to get the aluminum tape? On the should be on the table. It might be in the cover.
I just added all that excess tape we just used. You know, I
Kind
think
of
this
looks
will
like a Baby Bell cheese now.
Here, John, put that. Put that
Oh, that's
right there.
exactly what it looks like.
Put that right there.
Okay. Much at all. Oh, all right. Stage mates.
Right.
Didn't need more.
Stop. We can stop there.
No,
Or
it's
we wanna
got a
go to
seat.
the
It's
red?
got a seat in the staging bulkhead.
Okay.
There's still.
I think it was a twist.
Huh?
I think it's a. Oh yeah, there's still tape on the inside.
Yeah. Should we get that out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a super interesting shot. Oh, hell yeah.
It should seat almost too easily into the staging bulkhead without this tape.
Well,
That's true. That's true.
No time
initiate
for
tour. about the same.
John falls asleep listening to Interstellar.
Is that the right?
It's about
is that
the
all the way
same.
in?
I think this was because we wanted to sand it more, and this was our target line.
No, this was the line that it was sitting, and I was like, look at how big this gap is.
You're right. But we also didn't. We did that before we added the nozzle retainer. And this was before retainer.
Oh, you're actually doing it. God fucking damn it. Look, there it goes.
Louder.
Oh, we're talking now.
That's all you needed.
Okay. Put it on the ground. Got it so much better
Holy
with the music.
shit.
It's so tall. Oh my goodness. Whoa.
All right. Yeah, get it up there.
Okay, it's a little wiggly.
Everything wobbly.
Oh gosh.
It feels wrong to point this out with planes going over. I know.
I was like, if anybody were to call the cops on us, it would be now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
No, we're just looking at it.
I mean,
We're on a clock, sir.
Birdie,
We're on a clock.
Alright, we are.
You gonna get? Oh yeah.
I'm back down.
Alright.
What?
Countdown so I can turn this back.
Yes. Alright. So I'm gonna exit this for 30 minutes. Staging test going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire. Fire. Well, 0 for 1.
You have the charge.
That still has continuity, and I still have connection. Booster drogue going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire. Nice. Test number 3, booster main. This is a 2-gram charge. 3, 2, 1, fire. Fire. Much more exciting. Hoping. Praying. This is how I did it before. You thinking? Do I need to get it closer?
Maybe.
Bluetooth, you shouldn't have to.
Oh!
Oh.
We got it. Remote start. Yeehaw! Now, wait for it. Now recording.
Amazing.
Oh yeah.
Now we're ready. Ready. Booster drogue going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire. Oh, that definitely needs more. 1, fire. Oh, that definitely needs more. So the camera deployment bag is out. The brake wires broke, but the drogue is still solidly just in there. Hi, camera. You see it? And then still further. We got the remote start to work, which is a W.
Yeah?
Here. Last one. 2, 1, fire. What?
What?
Bullshit. I want a refund.
Your shear pins are too strong.
Alright, well.
What are we doing?
We are literally doubling everything. This is ridiculous.
Yep.
I expected much more.
Yep.
Much more energy.
Well, okay. I want to make sure we get that chute out as quick as we can.
Oh, yeah.
Today is October 1st, 2023. I just got home from ground testing. We didn't cook any parachutes or any Nomex or anything. All of the circuits worked, the telemetry worked, and a really big win, remote start for the 360 camera worked. We put it in the Bluetooth wake up mode and I was able to wake it up from my phone and start recording from my phone from a short distance away. The bad news is that most of the deployment tests were not satisfactory. The booster drogue one was, that one was a success, but all of them had undersized charges. The staging charge, it didn't even separate the stages. For the booster drogue, it works just fine. Could have been like a teeny bit more energetic, but like that one's gonna be fine. Booster main, it separated the shear pins, but there was insufficient momentum to pull out the main. This is a little bit concerning because taking up some of that additional volume with charges means that the already very, very tightly packed main will have to get packed even tighter. So I may need some help with that. Moving on to sustainer. Sustainer drogue pulled the shear pins and pulled the cameras out, but it did not pull the sustainer drogue itself out. But then the sustainer main was the worst. It didn't even break the shear pins, but the wires, all four of them together, were like really hard to pull. So that provides quite a lot of additional force to overcome with that deployment. For the next set of ground tests, the plan is to double down. By double down, I mean double the size of most of the charges. Joe, you told me so. I already cut the tubes to length for the chute sizes that I have, so I don't really have a lot of room to like add in more. I could maybe try and make some boom straws that run up the sides of the tube, then like very carefully pack the chute such that it goes in between them. Ends on a happy note. We actually were able to get to ground test today. We ran into all sorts of issues all day. And Keegan and John and Emily were here all day and they stuck it out. George let us use his backyard for ground testing, and it felt really good to have the support of such awesome friends. And that's something that I'm gonna carry like all the way through these last couple of weeks. And I'm hopeful that the next set will work, but also like a little annoyed that I have to do another set. I was kind of banking on only doing one set. I'm already a week behind. I was hoping to ground test last week, and now it's this week. That's okay. That's okay. Anyway, everything smells like black powder, and I'm tired, so probably gonna wipe down some of this stuff, and then I'm going to bed. Good night.
12 days.
Black powder?
Oh yeah.
Do you need this?
No, not yet.
I'm not convinced that I'm totally stuck in yet, I guess.
Yeah.
Noise.
bit where he threw the threw them in.
Oh yeah.
It just catches.
It's just spinning?
No, it just.
I mean, if that hit, he didn't design this.
Per leg.
Because we're not going to do anything.
Where are these
on
like?
bottoms.
Are these all the? Okay.
The strength is the same in this direction for each leg.
Oh yeah, so these are properly buried and they just get exposed when the riser comes in. I wasn't sure.
Because I feel like you'd have more space if you do the rope first.
Yeah, sure.
Because it eats up the volume. Camera cup?
Get it out of here. That's
Red
what the Bluetooth is
line!
for.
You want a light?
I don't think he likes smoking here.
Well, we've run into an issue where the cotter pin is too long. Very short. You didn't say it was too short.
True. We can check the camera.
You should. Can you measure to see if it is possible?
Sent through.
No, I think it's gonna come all the way. So like.
You just might be poking at nothing.
God didn't think to make self-locking eyelets.
Placebo.
Honestly, we just gotta get to ground test today. For today's work down and leave it. I still need to get the motor case out. I don't want to. We're not Loctiting it tonight. There's work to be done there.
Look at us. Look at the CG. Are you doing like all 5 charges tonight?
Yep, all 5 are in.
Nice.
Better work. The first test is going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire. Really? That sucked, guy. All right. 1 down. 3, 2, 1, fire. Yay! That's what it should look like.
Nice.
Deployment test number 3 of 5. 3, 2, 1, fire. Fire. That was pretty good.
Energetic. What is this?
That is the plug. Oh, this is actually very cool. Oh, this is bad. Broke at the wrong position. So if we look over here. Oh! Oh no. What about the other one? The other one's intact.
Is that? Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
Wait, oh. It also punched the bulkhead in the edge, which is also bad. This one looks pretty okay. Okay, well, we got a whole nother station.
Yep. Let me put things down.
Ooh, this is, the main igniter voltage is 0, so we don't have the main. Why don't we have the main? Right. Nope, that's in the correct side. Could also be a bad igniter, but this is more likely, I think. You should have seen me fighting with it this morning. Igniter voltage is still, well, we're gonna do the drogue right now. 3, 2, 1, fire.
Fire! Okay. I should have started the camera.
Let's do a quick little.
Oh no, this one broke too. Yep. It's just tightly wrapped up in there. Oh.
That is a lot of black powder. Well, that looks okay in there.
Yeah, the boom straw's intact at least. Good. Right. Fuck this.
Main thing, absolutely the main thing is try to fit everything. Make
Yep.
sure all of the cranes fit, that the liner fits in the motor cage.
Mentally, I'm in Boise, Idaho right now.
You know what was big in Durham, North Carolina?
Tell me.
College basketball.
I have good news though. I'm gonna launch from our launch site.
Oh yeah, ain't no way that spacer O-ring's gonna fit. Mostly, not all of it. Alright, checkout video for the sustainer nose cone avionics rig. They should still be good from the ground test, but, and the Telemega wires get a little twist too. Easy mini wires, pull test each. Drogue, blue, yellow, red in Pyro A.
Alright, there's one more very critical piece for this avionics pack. Say hello to Harold. Harold wants to fly. Here's the situation. There's a run cam split 4 on this little doohickey that I catted. The split 4s are retained with 2 screws and some hot glue just for good measure. And this is about to go of the motor in the fin can, spots for 2 of them, and the threaded rod coming off of the motor should clear them just fine. Yep. Nice. Verify sleds are assembled onto avionics bay tri-bulkheads. Pull on those, very good, nice little tug. Give that a little tighten down because I didn't do that earlier. Run cams, pull test each. They are fully inside, so I'm not really gonna do that. Make sure all these wires go in. Bye-bye, booster avionics. Hopefully I see you post-flight in the playa.
Everything is in here? Yeah. George, you're gonna be mission critical. you're gonna be the guy of like, oh, where'd that board go? Oh yeah, I know where that is. In theory, things are relatively organized. Like if you need a bag, all the different types of bags are right there. If you need a small bolt or something of the sort, they're all in the second rung of the ladder right there, etc. So it shouldn't be too bad in theory. In theory.
We're not... I didn't put us 6 hours behind schedule, not at all.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
We'll be fine. All right, the camera's going in now, so see you on the other side.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
are turning onto the playa!
Let's go! Onto the playa!
To the playa!
To the playa!
Today is Thursday, October 12th, 2023. It is L-2. So we made it. We're here on the playa. We have all of the folks here, and we set up our cars in a little formation to protect us from the wind. And we got our poop tents over there. You can barely see them. From the beginning, it was like, we're gonna get everybody here before sunset and set up camp while it's still light. And we did it. Barely. Just barely. We've been going since like 10 p.m. last night. George and John have been like absolute champs in driving. I did a little bit, so we drove like 8.5 hours today and like 3.5 yesterday. We finally made it.
About tomorrow, what we gotta get done?
The plan is to finish integration, give the sustainer a coat of paint tonight, and let that sit overnight. I don't want not having paint to be the reason I lose the sustainer. All the pyros are done, all the avionics are done, with the exception of the E-tape leads on the motor. Those are going to be the biggest pain in the butt. That's probably what I'll start the day with. I feel like there's more things and they're on the checklist, and I'm trusting past Andrew to have all of those things. If there is enough time, I would love to like go vertical and do a like ops rehearsal just so we like get a feel for how long it takes and then work out some of the bugs. Like vertical without the sustainer igniter. I should probably like clarify this. If we have to, I think just an early Saturday is like a contingency plan. But really like sunset is the cutoff time. If it's not done by sunset, then it happens Saturday morning. I'm feeling very grateful that everybody is here and we are currently thriving. It's gonna get chilly very shortly. So we'll need to layer up and then we'll still be thriving. The playa is much more incredible than I could have possibly imagined. Like it's like flat with crags. You're like, how could it possibly be that interesting? But it's so interesting. And the stars are gonna be really pretty. We have a few so far. Yeah. Feels kind of insane that we're actually here right now. Because I first thought of it almost 2 years ago. Like I posted the video a year ago, but like I first thought of it in like November of like 2021. And I looked up the eclipse path because I'm like, oh, that's coming up, that might be interesting. And then I realized that it went over this place. And, you know, sometimes you just know you have a good idea. It's pretty rare for me. But like sometimes you know, and it just was like, oh, I should do this. I need to fly a rocket that day. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit on it. A week or two went by and this thing is like sticking like a thorn in my head. That's what started it all. That's why I got my L3 in March of 22, is because I wanted to do this and be here. I should make sure to do myself proud tomorrow. Woo.
All right, I'm cutting.
All right.
I hope the
Thanks,
future's
man.
nice.
Me too. What's happening over there real quick?
Violet Fox.
Fashion Week.
We are about 2,000 feet away from our campsite, and we are setting up the launch tower.
Already fell. Right?
I need a truck.
I'm worried about is a fin catching.
I feel like if you wrap it in tape or something just to smooth it out a tiny bit.
Like wrap.
Make it easier for, instead of catching, just make it easier for the fin to rotate slightly.
Sure. The other
I
issue
just seen one of
is
these
this.
A few months ago. It's like
Yes.
And they're like, those are definitely going to the top.
Yeah.
But even regardless, like these are pretty
Woobly.
woobly.
Yeah, get in there.
All right, radio should be armed.
2, 1, launch.
And we got a no light.
Do the dipole shuffle, you know what I mean?
2, 1, launch.
Yeah, we're gonna get the backup ready.
I should start on the backup.
Yeah, okay. Hey, it works, so we're gonna drive out now.
In 3, 2, 1.
All good, we're gonna keep going.
3, 2, 1. Want to get a little higher this time.
Nothing.
3, 2, 1.
Easy. Yeah, the orientation is really important.
Nothing.
2, 1.
You feeling like a launch today?
I was more thinking tomorrow, but you know.
Hit me when you're ready. Yeah! Let's
So we're gonna do the two in parallel now?
Yeah. Hey George, whenever you're ready, hit me with that #1 victory royale.
Making Tilted Towers in 3, 2, 1.
Woo! We got them both.
So we're done fueling up the rocket, and now it's time to start fueling up the rocket engineers.
Look, it's messy, but it works. And these two guys are gonna go up the threaded rod. This rocket is equal part smarts and vibes. So, I don't really want to put the igniter directly on the leads when we get there. I kind of want an intermediate wire that's a little bit easier to like twist and tape and be a little aggressive with. So I'm gonna do something that also looks very silly. I'm just gonna like do the same thing down here.
I know we already got GPS, but we're actually gonna do some further checks. We're gonna short all of the pyros
together, yep.
And then we're gonna turn on the avion. Oh, we can also unmask this guy.
Got it.
Okay, here we go. We've got a battery voltage of 4.15.
So continuity on main and drogue A and B.
Main and drogue, and A and B.
Check. All right, check. Power off.
I'm gonna run really slowly that way because I'm not that fast. Oh, I can feel it.
Could I try this? That looks
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's quite fun.
That is awesome.
Hey, could I grab a set of hands?
Yep.
Our main very beautifully folded into a line, and now it needs to turn into a giant zigzag.
All right.
So I need you to hold tension here. Maybe. I feel like it's
That's a good burrito.
It's real tasty.
Are you doing continuity check? Or?
No, just a voltage check. These are about 1 ohm. As long as it's under, I think I have 1 millivolt in there. It just means I have to short it again.
And screwing it in is like either in the wrong place.
All right, your drogue is ready.
Yeah, there is no good way to do this.
Oh, this is the tool to do it with. Look at that connection. All right, great.
Very good. All right. The Kevlar is sitting in a donut around the eye bolt.
Got it. Okay, all done.
We're gonna do the Insta360 connector. We need to connect. We need to Bluetooth your phone in.
Awesome. Let me go get it. Go ahead one more time. Make this thing turn on.
Time to wake up.
All right, cool. You got the right one. Yeah. Nope. Okay, here we go. Going in.
We're gonna plug in all these four. These two, or one of these two, needs a short. Okay, so apogee, main, pyro A, pyro B. We plug that back in, and we can pull the E.
Sorry.
I swear, I'm just a mess. Okay, so it's definitely the right number of continuity beeps, so we can proceed.
Hey homie.
Hi.
Do you use heat set inserts or something for this?
Yeah. Oh, is there not one in that case?
No heat set insert.
All right, heat set insert going in.
There it goes. 1, 2, 3. Buckle my shoe, and we're done.
Let's go.
Pretty please. Nope. Great.
Here on, yeah, so from here on in it's cloudy until
Looking good, George.
until 8 o'clock. The sky clears at 8 o'clock tomorrow. All the forecasts agree on that.
Okay.
Okay.
I need someone to...
1's in. 3 is in. 4 is in.
Oh my goodness!
Yes!
She's alive!
Alright, just needs a motor.
Yeah, you know she's not gonna get
This goes in the Santa's Workshop edition.
Make me put my hands in the air.
We have a booster, friends.
We have a booster.
Woo!
Zeros. 9.0. Nice. Alright.
Woo! How was it?
Did not perform.
D-PY short riser.
Yep.
M-PY long riser forward on opposite sides.
Yep.
Okay, 360 camera. Quick links attached.
That's what I'm currently doing.
Cool.
Great. Next.
M-PY riser through to...
Alright, it is now recording.
Okay. All right, recovery main side. Hell yeah, I can do that. Oh, this main is pretty much pressed.
Mr. Adams, I'm making a final call for red Loctite.
Can you say that one more time, Zyla? What are you doing?
I'm making a final decision. We are Loctiting this guy. The cotter pin is a no-go.
Okay, cool. Yep. That's okay. I knew this was a possibility, and good luck, future me, on getting this motor out. It will be damn near impossible.
Salute, John.
That's why I didn't want to Loctite it.
Salute.
I get it.
But
Happy L-1.
happy L-1.
You want this as tight as possible, right?
Yeah. I did torque stripe that quick link, so that should be wrench tight torque stripe. You know what's the best part? This step isn't even in the checklist.
Not to. Actually, no, I do want it attached. Not a pin, but.
All the way down. All the way down.
Yeah,
look at that.
Let's go.
Oh. Fuck. Past me is too smart.
Is
okay.
it essential enough that we
Yes.
Okay.
It is. Then, like, even if the wires don't pull, the main still has a chance this way.
Oh, got it.
The thing that spooks me the most is we haven't tried to take it vertical yet. Problems for in a little while.
Yep.
Can do 2, can do 3. Sharpie?
Yeah. So you just running through the prior to NC install.
Yep.
Tape and harnesses did not perform.
Did not perform.
Charges assembled and nose cone. Main Nomex has no visible holes or open folds.
You betcha.
Main chute halfway in. Attach 4 brake wires.
Oh yeah.
3 out of.
Wait. Oh yeah, there's only 3. This is the sustain.
You ready?
The
Also, that's
hero
Joe's
of
camera.
the night.
We'll see about that tomorrow.
Well, you're my hero now.
Aw, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so proud of you.
Okay, so what we're doing is doing some continuity checks. I just want to check it on the Telemegas. In particular, I want to make sure that the leads for the igniter tomorrow morning are set, because that is the most complicated circuit by a mile. And if we don't have continuity, that means I have to take it apart again. And I really don't want to take it apart again. And that would mean it's a very long night. Alright, so we're waiting for idle. We're horizontal. Telemega. It's really quiet. The nose cone is really, really quiet. And I've got it. Apogee and main are good. Igniter A is good. Igniter B is not. Is that because it's not together? No, they're twisted. That is a bummer. Is it something easy to see? Can I... Fucking hate when this happens. We are so fucking thorough. Okay, it's a little exposed here, but I don't think it went all the way through. Something else probable is that it broke at the knee here. We tried to take care to make sure it wouldn't do that, but that is a possibility. That one is Loctited in place. And so anything in between here and that coupler is donezo.
How hard is it to decouple that?
Not terribly. It's like annoying, but it's not hard. I think checking the brake wires is a good move.
I mean, I feel like the first thing is to run a continuity check from there to there. And if it's that, then you put it back together and you rely on A.
That is a good idea.
And then if it's not, you can start debugging.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep the news rolling. I'm gonna switch to the booster. And if there's something wrong with the booster, I'm gonna be a little sad. Actually, I should be able to hear it. Nice. Okay, this one I could actually hear. I heard 3 beeps, which is apogee and main, and then 2 more beeps for 2 additional igniters, and that's exactly what we want. So, booster's good. I'm not doing the easy mini because that actually arms it, because it's barrel only. Okay. Oh, thank you. Didn't even think of that.
Yeah, that was not on our minds.
Future me editing this, we figured out igniter B has a continuity issue between this bulkhead and the bottom.
Oh.
And it's Loctited in, so we can't get to it. So we're gonna change how igniter A is programmed. Or rather, we're gonna check continuity again. Let's do the thing again. Oh, that was easier. We're gonna check continuity again, and then whichever igniter is continuous, because I don't know if I switch the brake wires, we're going to reprogram appropriately.
Alright, so the marks weren't perfect, they were just a rough. Once we get them in,
Nice.
I will make perfect marks. Yay!
Hey!
Alright.
Hey!
Okay, let's
Round two.
make some definite markings. God forbid we have to do that again.
Alright,
I appreciate the mirror.
middle plug.
Middle plug?
Yep.
What do you want?
Pull it.
Cool.
Should hear some very, very quiet beeps.
I heard it.
Cool. And now it's switched to igniter B, but we still have 1 out of 2.
All right.
Okay, I can configure wireless. Thank God. Okay, then let's. I'm going to close this. Let's plug it back in. I need to think about what I want to do.
Yeah. Ready to plug in?
Yeah.
All right.
Ready. Dinner time.
Get some food.
All right.
Good job, everyone.
Oh, the detail shot with the Simone ring. Whoa.
For waiting, but I just kind of wanted to get an idea of like where we're at. So it's obviously way heavier here.
You want to play some bets?
What are we gonna bet?
How high is this thing popping?
I'm simmed to 115.
Wow, that's pretty high.
It's gonna be really cold.
Is that worse for it?
I don't know, because the density altitude of the helium, and we're also at an elevation that I didn't really account for, so...
I'm gonna say you're getting to 108.
Thanks, bud.
What about
are you
you?
saying?
110?
Okay. Sila?
124.
120. Okay.
Okay.
Big.
I hope Katie wins.
120.
I'm gonna say 100
100 on the dot.
on the dot.
All right, closest wins.
One official calculated times for defense tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So sunrise is going to be at 7:06. First contact is almost exactly an hour later at 8:06. Second contact is at 9:20. Yeah. So first contact is when the disk makes contact with the sun in the first place. Second contact is when annularity begins. 9:20.
I got blood. Karis has got spider webs.
Sick.
I was gonna ask if I could borrow you.
Yeah? But perfect.
Hey,
Bye.
Holla if you need anything, specifically a Leatherman.
Like 8 seconds or so. Burnout plus 8, and then just tilt to 15, and just hope. I miss my redundancy a lot. Okay, but that's like. Hello.
Just so you know, the weather forecast for tomorrow is showing maybe an hour-wide gap, and it's closing. So we may have to contend with high clouds.
Oh.
So we have an hour gap right there at 9 o'clock.
Interesting.
But winds are still good. Winds are calm, and I think we should continue as planned.
Don't uncross the fingers until it lands on the ground.
Real.
All right, that's going to be my last weather update. And from here on in, we just watch the sky.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Cooking.
Main deploy altitude 1,000 meters. Apogee delay 1 second. Apogee lockout 45, which is like a little sporty. If this thing doesn't light, it should hit apogee about 37, 38 seconds. But if it does light, it stays above Mach 1 for like a minute, if not more. So this was really the compromise for the no light. Deploy shoots early, it deploys shoots early, whatever. Telemetry is still enabled. I want to go to configure pyro channels. Nice. Pyro firing time. Okay, so burnout should be at 3.6 seconds, so this is like 8 seconds and a little change. I'm kind of anticipating the motor burning a little slower tomorrow because it's going to be cold. So burnout plus 8 seconds, anytime in that 3-second window, it should fire right away if it's going to fire at all. But I guess if it's oscillating, this gives it a chance to oscillate into the cone. We're going to close, we're going to save, make sure the configuration is good. We kept the frequency, 200, 3,000, 15, 12 seconds. All right, buddy.
Woo!
All right, Tycho. Your time is coming.
Very nice, sir.
The rocket is safe again.
All right.
Okay, I think we have a very cowboy plan. So we're gonna take this spot, and we're gonna take this spot. We're gonna do a little of that. So that way it can't land upside down. There's no landing butter side down, because either way, a GPS will point up. Then that will go like this, and we're just gonna make like a little cardboard fin for the middle. And let's give ourselves like 20 minutes.
We got this.
We also met yesterday.
Yeah, sure. We got this.
There's 2 strings that go out to these corners. Oh, I am trying to prevent this. But if it goes to the sides,
runs down.
I was just gonna stand here and not say anything because if I offered to help, I knew you'd kick me to bed.
Yeah, we're gonna kick you to bed anyway.
We're still kicking you to bed.
The last half hour.
Yeah, nighty night. We're always on audio.
Definitely not. Nope, you can say anything you want.
So tell me about another payload. I got so many questions.
So it's backup for in case something happens to the first balloon, because we're like out in the middle of the desert. We can't just go get more before the eclipse.
You mean if you can't find it?
Oh. No, if it like pops on the ground, or we like someone lets go of it, or like. So there's a whole nother balloon. But like, if this one goes off fine.
So this is the backup to that first plan actually working.
Yes.
Might as well do it because you're here.
Yeah. And then it doubles our chances of getting video of his rocket.
Do you need a TFR for one of them?
You don't. If your payload is more than 4 pounds, you need to pound NOTAM.
All right. Good night.
Shortly.
Couple hours.
Yeah.
Sleep well.
You do.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
All we really have to do in this first round is get there, because at that point, before I start avionics, I think I should call them.
Okay.
And be like, hey, we are within 45 minutes.
Crew rollout.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Project Saros. Today is launch day, and we're gonna get this rocket on the pad. Woo! Are you ready?
Woo! Yeah!
Let's go.
Hello, campsite contact.
Single-digit millimoles.
Cool. So, actually, do we want like a light piece of tape? Just to...
T-minus 3 hours.
Adams, how are you feeling right now?
Pretty good. We still got a lot of work to do. Again, not uncrossing them until it's on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Got.
What does the eclipse mean to you?
Means doing stupid shit and getting the whole group of people all the way out here to see it. I know I named it Project Saros in part because it's like that was a name from a long time ago, and like kind of the chase of like trying to get to see something like this has been something that is seems distinctly human, and I liked that, so that's why I named it what I did. So I guess being part of that chase.
It's about the chase.
But I think we're on to stage mate. Yeah.
We are indeed.
Oh boy.
You want to do that?
Preparation for stage mate.
George.
Check sliding interfaces for edges, seams, and tape ends.
So for sliding in the booster, the critical dimension is the distance between the radial cameras and the headphone jacks. The fins should be centered when the tower is literally right here.
Do you want it slid in now, or do you want to stage mate first?
I think we should stage mate before. Stage mate on the tower seems difficult. We're gonna need to look inside here. There are a couple of marks or a couple of spots in the staging bulkhead where the wires go. These fins will probably not be aligned with those fins, and that's an oversight. I forgot to clock the staging bulkhead. Actually, forget what I said about that. The fins have to be lined up because otherwise we're not going to clear the circle.
Near the weather balloon station that has a kitchen scale and a couple pairs of safety glasses. Can you grab the safety glasses? Yes. Thank you.
How out of alignment are the fins? Oh, very. Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So we have to align the fins, otherwise we're not going to clear the circle.
Yes.
Aw, that's a little bit of a bummer. That's okay. We'll have my heart rate will just be up until we check the continuity on Igniter B.
Got it.
Align the fins.
Hold this weight if you want to hold the.
I think they can roll that way.
Roll this way. Okay. Now we're at the staging bulkhead.
One more time. You want a box
We're gonna
with
push a little
safety
bit.
glasses and a scale, right?
It's stuck here. Why is it stuck here? What could be stuck? What could be happening? Think. Okay, we're gonna go back out. Oh, I see. Okay, that's the edge of the little divot for the wires. So maybe we offset by one fin and try again. That feels secure? It should really go up to that tape. I don't know what's up.
Tell me if you want me to push right now. I'm only just holding it up.
It shouldn't take that much.
Change something.
It seems like it's like half seated on the staging bulkhead. And if it's not seated, it'll get seated. So I'm mostly worried about it being secure, but like, it seems like it's, you're gonna let it go? It seems like pretty good. Oh, sorry.
Oh, wait, it's sat a little more. You got like another 2 millimeters of seating. All right, it is seating a little bit more every time you do that.
Okay, maybe it's the tape is bunching. But as long as it's secure, I know we have like 2/3 of it engaged.
Yeah.
As long as it's secure, I think we're okay. They don't want to bunch it, excuse me, too much to risk the copper tape. Okay, what's next? And P. Slide together. Now my favorite step. Go vertical.
Alrighty. Oh, I see.
We need to flip it over. I have faith in my build.
Yeah.
Wow, this is all. Holy moly.
I hope you're real proud.
Nice. Excellent. It's a beautiful rocket, Andrew.
Here we go. Guess we'll go out,
Okay.
then we'll do a little U-turn.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Talk us through it, Andrew.
All right, 1, 2, 3, up.
Can I get
Somebody on the
one more
booster.
hand on the back?
Yep. All right, we're gonna go out past the tower a little bit. Make a U-turn.
Beep. Beep. This is batshit crazy, Johnny.
Yep.
I love it.
All right. Okay. All right. Watch the radial camera and headphone jack interface coming up shortly. Tower should go straight in between.
Oh, it was just on the bottom. It was catching. Okay.
Hot damn.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Is there, George, can you get the bubble wrap from the nose cone in the car? Yep. I did hear that the wind can come in suddenly and without warning.
That it did.
I hope it leaves suddenly and without warning.
Bubble wrap cord.
Cool. I just want to like thread it around the sustainer a little bit.
I'm rolling.
All right. They see him rolling. They Hayden. Oh, so you're gonna catch.
Yes. And keep it.
All right. Ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1. Up.
That's not so bad.
Wait. Oh, tape.
Slow, slow, slow at this point. My guy, you build massive rockets. Let's go!
Okay. Before we throw this too hard, any chance we could cut some of that? Actually,
Let's get it anchored down.
yeah, finger it down. Okay.
Hey, Zyla, once you do that, grab that pocket.
Yeah, we appear to be tipping about 5 degrees to the west.
Okay.
Within 2 degrees?
So we're like 3 degrees out.
Okay. And I think it's leaning this way, which is why the sustainer is contacting over here.
The tower is contacting here, and then the tower is contacting up there on the other side. So I think what's happened is the tower is doing this.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah, there's more than 5 degrees of slop in it, so I guess phone or not.
So, okay, but the question is the 5 degrees of slot pointing into the wind or away?
Down.
We're getting warm!
Not quite.
And in the night, no one appears to have set up within our keep out zone.
Let's go. And I think if you really wanted, I would click this side one more so that we go a teeny bit straighter, and if nothing else, it's downwind of camp.
Yeah. Okay, I think at this point we are in a holding pattern because we are now vertical. And the next step is for me to call ZLC when we're within 45 minutes. So
Congratulations!
we're here.
You're ahead of schedule! Woo!
Ah!
T-minus 2 hours. Has that ever happened before?
No. I am frequently the last one off the rail, and I guess that doesn't change today.
I have a GoPro Hero 4 that I'm not terribly attached to.
Oh, it's a Hero 4, right? Because it's super old.
Jamaican, one of the two. Excellent. I have. If you touch the ground, you have to burn it.
And burning latex.
Oof.
Mwah.
Oof. Max, can you hold the other side so it doesn't rotate? Oh! Woo! Oh! Oh, shit! Ah! It sounds like it's bottoming out. Should I squeeze it shut? Yeah. All right, you got it? You are a fucking champ. You're crushing it.
This is why we call these positive pressure balloons, because of the intense pressure to launch.
Yeah. But we got hand warmers, so after this. All right. It's going. All right. Ready, guys? Eclipse balloon launch in 3, 2, 1. Happy sailing! Oh, I see it. John, can you come here for a second? Yeah. So we made the final decision. They don't need me helping with the rocket, so we're gonna try to catch the rocket from the balloon as close as we can. So we're gonna go opposite of the launch site, inflate the balloon, hold, and at like T-5 minutes, we're going to release the balloon, and then everyone jumps in the truck and we go screaming back here. Okay? Okay.
Okay, let's do this.
Let's do it.
Can you confirm that one window is on channel 9 and the other is on channel 0? Yes, confirmed.
The last thing at the pad is lead. Yeah. Then hit record on this. George, can you bring the ladder back? Yep. Thank you. Here's your case. You want to roll now? I'm trying. Uh-oh. Mine says it's recording because I think it's connected to that. I think I got mine. It's just black. Okay. Yeah. 7 BQ. And I don't have either of those here. That's okay. We got one. We'll wait another 30 seconds. I'm going to hit record on this.
I'm taking the battery out of that one.
You want to take it out and then try one more time?
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, whatever. That's why we had two.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, cool. That's all. All right, this is not happening. I'm gonna arm this camera, and then I think we're dueling.
Where are they going?
We are about to arm the last cameras and head back, so we're pretty close. I would say 15 to 10 minutes.
One more time. Confirm not armed, correct?
Confirm not armed.
We're good.
Copy.
Continuity.
Okay.
Got the light. Lights on.
Fun fact, expanding helium is cold. We're in good shape.
Minus 5 minutes. Minus 5 minutes.
Roger, balloon crew is hustling.
I'm gonna stop at the wave.
And walk the payload up. Yep. You're good, you're good. 3, 2, 1. Blue skies!
Oh, up we go.
Oh.
Right.
In trucks.
All right, at this time we're running a go no go. We have telemetry on the sustainer. Yeah. All of our voltages are good. Our GPS is locked.
ADS-B, clear.
ADS-B around, see if there's anyone flying low. Having a grand old time.
I'm not looking. Airspace is clear.
The airspace is clear. All right, let's do this thing.
I just like teared up. I got goosies.
Very quick.
Wait, hold.
Hold for range. Hold for range. Who is this?
LMAO, what?
If I need to jump in the truck,
Just
Yes,
talking.
While the range is red. Here's what we're expecting to happen. The boost will last a few seconds. The sustainer may or may not ignite at 12 seconds after launch. The booster should hit its apogee about 25 seconds. The sustainer, if it does not light, will be about 35 to 40. At about 50 seconds, if we're not getting telemetry, we need everybody to shut the fuck up because we need to be listening for it coming down. We really don't want to have to do that. We should get telemetry. We should have shoots out. But in the event that we don't, our best tracking is the spot, which I have on my phone, and our ears, listening for it coming in. If this sustainer does light, it's going to take about 90 seconds to go up and about 10-15 minutes to come down undershoot. If you are not sure what you should be doing, look around and point at the rocket whenever you can. Oh my God!
Whoa! Wow! Annularity!
Hold up.
Oh!
Hold up.
Annularity!
Oh my god.
That's a sign, if anything.
we saw it.
All right,
That
let's
is
send it.
Send it. Amen.
Here we go.
Range is clear.
Arming the pad.
Because everything else is here.
Pad is armed.
Thank you.
Check the range one more time for any passing cars.
Range appears
All right,
clear.
everyone shut up.
ADS-B, clear.
Tycho 2, launching in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch.
Keep holding. Nice
Hold.
and high. Nice and high.
Come on! Gonna press the buttons again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, again. Make sure you press arm first.
I press them at the same time?
Yeah, press them at the same time. One more time. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna scream. Get on top of the car. Get real high up. 3, 2, 1.
We need to go out to the pad and confirm the box is working.
I think they're gonna recycle the box. We're gonna get back and it'll work. Huh? Don't worry about it.
Box and key are being held by different people, like the Coca-Cola trademark.
Huge fan. I'm gonna run a test really quick, okay?
All right, are you ready?
I am ready.
3, 2, 1, test.
Try it again, please.
2, 1, test.
All the way up, on top of the car, maybe.
2, 1, test.
That works. Please take the key out. Tell me when it's out.
Key is out.
Rearming the pad.
Adams, do not move.
Not moving one bit.
Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm rolling.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's do this! Come on! I'm doing exactly the same thing! What if I don't count? Doing a little dance.
See if there's a magic touch.
Do the magic, George.
Attempt number I've lost count. 3, 2, 1.
Adams, I'm so sorry to do this. We have to wait for this to land. It's gonna hit me if it doesn't.
I'll count you down, George. 2, 1, go. 1, let's rock. 1, let's go.
All right, George, we're swapping out the igniter.
Adams, are you driving?
Okay, George. Take a look at the someone you have a chance.
That is unarmed. I also think we should just try one igniter. Parallel has actually bitten me before. Okay. George, do you have the,
Yeah, I can grab it from the car.
We're gonna move it away from the pad. Send it, George.
We are armed.
It's gonna be bright.
2, 1.
We're using 1. We're gonna just try that. Okay, great. We are heading back to the pad. Or the launch site. You know what I mean.
All right.
Let's launch.
Ready?
Are we all rolling? Do you have anything else you want to do?
Back antenna.
I cannot wait to have a snack.
I got you. Whatever you want.
Ready?
All right, everyone quiet.
All right, launch pad armed. Going once again. 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch.
There it is.
There it goes! Oh, what the heck?
Okay, everyone really quiet.
Booster lost telemetry in 999.
You have
Sustainer
sustainer?
says 300 meters. Where's the sustainer? Sustainer's coming down.
Quiet. It's coming in.
999 meters.
There it is.
Where?
I see something falling.
Got it.
I hear
that
it.
way.
That's an impact.
It was an impact, but I don't see dust.
No, I heard it this direction.
You made it.
Well,
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, me too, man.
I'm so proud of you.
At this point, I knew the rocket had crashed. I'm shaken and I'm numb. The curiosity on the surface is masking a deep sadness that came out later that night. After a year of effort, only half of one flight worked. I'd be crying a lot, but I wasn't alone. I feel even more grateful now than I did then for my friends, because there were times I ignored them or talked over them or just didn't respond to the emotional support. They were able to help even when I didn't or couldn't say thank you. And that's a blessing I thought I didn't deserve. As soon as the launch was over, we got a couple of bearings, and then the sun finally came out, and we headed for the telescopes. Our windows to see the sun were limited by the clouds, and annularity had already passed. Max and John had each brought 2 telescopes, and we all had our eclipse glasses at the ready. We made sure to watch and gawk for a while before the sun hid from us again.
because this was the reason we were here. And we actually made it at the right place and the right time, and we launched 2 balloons and a rocket. Is accomplishment in and of itself, which honestly I need to still remind myself of. The thing I'm most grateful for throughout this entire weekend was that the launch wasn't the make or break moment for the trip. That was clear from the moment we got there and we set up our campsite, that we were going to have a really good time. We had a great group, and we even got to meet a lot of new people along the way. And we were there to be inspired.
Oh, I tried to deploy main. Look at that.
I think an SD card would survive that.
The side that is ripped, the side that has the Kevlar.
Yeah, I'm actually...
A fin?
Yeah.
A single fin.
A single. I'm actually...
It is a 360 camera. It's the one that was recording. It's got an A on it. Okay, so this is the fin can coupler. Whoa! All right. And it appears that the motor sheared through the threaded rod. And the altimeters are beeping. Plump.
There's a...
This is a booster fin. Well, here's what was the pyro bulkhead. Here's the main riser. It's ripped at the knot. Oh, the pyro bulkhead is still there. It just failed where it got crunchy.
Pod right here was coming down to see you and ran across an Insta360. We're going back to where you located it.
Looks like she took a little bit of a bounce. There's no igniters in the motor. Oh, hey. But like, I think the case is fine.
Yeah.
This is why we lost continuity on Igniter B. Right where it bunched.
Yep.
Besides, if this year of crashing rockets taught me anything, it's how to solve a mystery.
Adams, I'm about to show you the footage you folded, buddy.
Folded?
You performed a very cool folding event on your rocket. One sec.
Oh, they're driving out there.
What?
Clear as day, and I'm so sorry. I'm equal parts very happy that we have a clear shot of what happened, and very sad about the thing that happens in the shot. Ready? And...
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. It happened in the blue part of the sky, too. So it's really clear.
What?
Wait for it to the rocks.
That's your
rocks.
Here, you want to watch it one more time?
Yeah.
Siley, you want to see it?
Answer. You want to see something else?
I do. And dude, the slow motion, the free fly was still going. Oh. Have you found any of the run cam stuff?
We found the run cam. We did not find the SD card.
I do have this. I haven't looked at it yet.
Was it on?
No, it wasn't on when I found it.
Okay.
But I did find it, and it's mine.
A. It's A.
Yes. So we can either be impressed or disappointed later.
You know what? I think you're right for that.
At least right now, my guess is that it folded at the stiffness increase where we epoxied in the bulkhead for the N5800.
Poor group.
Sir Zyla, we found a present for you in the form of a micro SD card.
No way.
Please God. It appears intact.
No fucking way. Oh my
You
God.
just became Andrew's favorite person of the day.
How?
Found it, so.
Oh my. How?
Ed Adams, would you like to
It's-
go out and
Let's
and
go.
take a look?
Yeah, there's so many bits in so many places.
How much time is that?
No.
Wait, is that right as it went?
Wait.
Wait.
Yeah, go right at the end.
Wait, did it fall out?
Yup.
That's it!
Okay,
Oh
I
my
know what
God.
happened. So the
Oh my
run-ins, they take like 4 or 5 seconds to save what's happened in the past 4 or 5 seconds. So when it dies, you never actually see the point of impact when it dies.
Oh.
You see about 100 feet up. And so that's what happened is you've got about 3 seconds to go until the camera dies. So it's okay, it's cool that you got the launch though.
Yeah.
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 That's a great sound too.
Wow.
So at this point in the day, we didn't record as much because we had a lot more recovery to do. Zyla, George, and Karis went for the first balloon, and the rest of camp kept searching the playa, primarily for the booster. We looked on foot, by car, and by air, thanks to our new friend Joe. Unfortunately, we came up empty-handed on the afternoon trips, but we had a really good time at camp that night. The next morning, we took some much-needed rest, took our time getting ready, and took some silly pictures, and then we cleaned up camp. We shuffled the group so that way the balloon crew could make another attempt at the first balloon on the way back home. The travel days on the latter half of Black Rock were not easy, but we made it back home in the right number of pieces. 1 per person.
Today is October 25th, and we are going to start cutting open the rocket, hopefully without too much cutting. Natalia's here, and more people will be here soon, but we're gonna get started. Oh, I need my microphone! Here it is. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah.
To brief you on the situation. And then it fails there first, which we think is here. So the questions that remain, we're pretty sure it failed.
So my thought is, due to minimum cross section, you're gonna you have a drilled hole.
Oh, I didn't even think of the camera hole.
Depending on how you drilled this hole, you could have delambed it if you didn't drill it with like higher strength steel bit. If it got too hot, if you weren't using like when we would drill through wings, we'd always NDT around the hole to see if we delamb. And you can also see the delamb if you like look inside. And that's always a big failure mode. Like if you're not using high strength steel, you throw it out after like, what, 1/4 of an inch of drilling.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh no!
But yeah, I would say that's your red flag in my opinion.
I think it got smacked.
Yeah.
So, do you want to hand cam this?
Yeah, of course.
This is the Sustainer avionics blade. I'm gonna just unbutton it. It should just be a quick little twist of the nose cone tip, and I think we get to see our friend again. There's Harold.
Wow.
So this is the GPS unit. It is perfectly functional. It sends me updates every day on where it is.
Great.
And then these are just held in by their wires. Okay, so this is the Sustainer Telemega. It is intact and it was talking to me. So I'm gonna plug in this battery and I'm gonna grab the flight data from it, and we will see a very precious few kilobytes.
It's like on the vehicle. So like it's on the second stage, right? So it would have captured the whole.
The barometer should, yeah. So the barometer.
Are you sure you're getting footage of this?
Yeah, hold on.
We
You got a good amount of it out.
All these hurdles. All right, we are good.
We have business.
We are in business.
How do the electronics look?
They're alive.
Here's the cameras. My gluing the cameras together worked.
Can you
so-
very carefully pull out the SD card?
Oh, one of them's broken, the other one's happy.
Okay.
Happy, sad.
So.
Oh, she's out.
That's one.
Holy shit, it's not cracked. Holy shit.
Very glued.
Unlike Jesus.
I don't know if this one has hope.
Are you from?
It's also
wanna wiggle
angled.
it back and forth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's angled that way already. Oh.
Ooh.
Success.
Oh.
Nice.
That is 2. So we're only going to see something interesting if it actually fully survived the event. I think we got caught in the buffer.
It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay.
No, what?
Yeah,
No.
I think we got caught in the buffer. Those are the altimeters. And that's all we got.
So the... Oh no, that
That's a good
It
shot.
looks so good.
Yep.
Oh, I wish it had more. I want more.
Did you want this one?
Yeah.
I don't like Discord that block and pot it up.
I wanted to rotate her. I wanted
Okay.
to rotate her around. She's like,
Oh, that's so sad.
Okay.
The sustainer lived. The sustainer lived until landing.
Oh. And he was just like...
Okay.
The booster one lost power.
Like that's what he told me.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Helping with this. So, now you're all caught up. Today is Saturday, January 20th, and now it's time for me to tell you what happened to the rocket, why it happened to the rocket, and what the eclipse looked like from above. So let's put a bow in it, shall we? So let's start with the rocket. If we go back to the tracking shot, we can see the major failure pretty clearly, a structural failure at the sustainer fin can. This failure occurred about 2.6 seconds into flight at Mach 1.6 and 760 meters above the ground. This was pretty close to our expected altitude and speed up to this point. Nick's theory is by far the leader. We have both the physical evidence and the video evidence that supports that the sustainer fin can failed at the minimum section at the stress concentration where the hole was. In my case, it didn't help that the filaments connecting the edges of the hole were right at the edge of the coupler and the body tube, which is another area of high stress. Once the sustainer broke, we advance a few frames to see the nose cone and recovery tube separate from each other. At this point, the Kevlar recovery line is still holding these sections together, and the additional drag from these parts is enough to cause the booster to fail in bending as well. The booster failed in bending in between the motor retention bulkhead and the avionics bay. Next, since the sustainer recovery tube and the nose cone had separated from the fin can, the chutes could deploy. They weren't supposed to at this time, but they did. When the main deployed, it ripped through the Kevlar line between the chute and the nose cone, allowing the nose cone to fall on its own. The main parachute wasn't found, but I suspect that it shredded immediately, and the drogue was made of Kevlar, and it actually did mostly survive. The sustainer parachute deployment helped slow down these parts dramatically, and while it helped us find them more easily, it also caused the Kevlar lines to rip and for the camera cases to shatter. So let's go back to the booster briefly. Once it broke, the upper half and the lower half were also connected by a Kevlar line. In this case, the upper half stayed close enough to the lower half that it whipped around and smacked the absolute crap out of one of the booster fins. This one. When it smacked the fin, several things happened. The fin broke, the transition section was shattered, the staging bulkhead was shattered, and the tube was knocked out of round. It also left a paint mark on the fins, and it left the fin pattern on the tube, which is how we figured this out. Also cut off power to the cameras and one of the flight computers. The N5800 was still burning at this time, and that put over 1,000 pounds of thrust into what was left of the rocket. I suspect that the sharp fiberglass edge plus that 1,000 pounds of thrust or so was enough to slice right through that Kevlar line, leaving the upper half of the rocket to fall down to the ground, and the lower half, the fin can, to re-stabilize under 3 of its 4 fins and continue into the desert. It had nearly a second of burn left, and without like 30 pounds of rocket on top of it, it went several miles into the desert. The upper half of the booster had all of the flight computers and cameras and the parachutes, so we were able to find that, but that also meant that the lower half was just a dumb booster somewhere out in the desert. We didn't find the booster fin can and the motor case, but we got all of the flight data, so that's kind of a win. So now I'm going to switch over to why it happened, and I'm going to separate this into build issues and trajectory issues. The break happened because the rocket was bent at a high angle. So why did we end up with this insane bend angle? Max was able to generate some plots from the flight data of the relative angle. We took the tilt measurement from the sustainer and compared it to the tilt measurement from the booster. And you can see that we maintained between like 2 and 4 degrees relative angle of attack. This bend angle has a few contributing causes, the most important of which was the fit at the inner stage. In order to leave room for the E-tape leads for the sustainer igniters, I made the fit of the inner stage a fairly loose sliding fit. To compensate for that sliding fit, I tried to make the staging bulkhead a press fit. That's why we spent so much time making sure it was seated properly, because this was crucial to keeping the sustainer on straight. However, since it was a loose fit, there was some slop.
It's a little wiggly.
Even a little bit of slop in the inner stage results in a couple of degrees of relative angle. Also, I made a bad design decision, slightly tapered the inside of the inner stage out. So instead of having a straight tube, it was ever so slightly tapered at the top half of the inner stage, which contributed to allowing it to move. I also thought if we had enough time, we could add some tape in that section to have it be a snug fit all the way down, but we never did that. Next was more of an incremental issue. The sliding fit on each coupler on the rocket was not very well controlled, and you can see in the footage we're able to wiggle it a little bit even when the coupler is fully seated. It really adds up, and it adds up quick. Not all the issues were on the sustainer though. I want to look back at the booster motor retention bulkhead. Remember how it wasn't seated perfectly straight? I think that actually played a role. If we look at the high-speed footage, we can kind of see that the first bend is not at the sustainer, it's in the middle of the booster. Under bending, it deflected more on one side than the other. And I didn't foresee this at all. I thought it was a fairly small thing, but I think it did actually contribute. That's about all the build issues, so now I'll switch into trajectory issues. The biggest influence on the trajectory was the launch pad. So I put the pad in an extended configuration because I wanted to have as much stability as possible. And of course you want a stable flight for safety reasons and to give you the best chance at igniting the sustainer. However, you saw the extended configuration was, in our own words, kind of wobbly. What I didn't notice at the time was that the upper contact point of the booster was right at the most flexible part of the launch pad, and that's why we had so much slop. We ended up letting it go because we knew the upper section was very stiff and very well calibrated to the size of the booster fin can. No matter what, 10 feet up the launch rail, we were going to be able to correct the trajectory. Which I'm not sure if it was fully worth it. So if we look at the high speed, the rail bowed out significantly in the first few feet of motion. And I think that's because the booster was sitting kind of sideways, like ever so slightly. And then when the motor started up, it just, the top half and the bottom half were pushing against the rails on both sides. And then when it reaches the top of the launch tower, it kind of starts to correct. However, it's kind of scary how much it moves, and I think we have some physical evidence for it too, because we have the streaks on the side of the booster that are almost exactly 90 degrees apart. Because the booster was laying ever so slightly sideways, the sustainer was too. And since the sustainer is smaller than the booster, it wasn't contained by the launch rail. This, combined with the inner stage fit, gave the sustainer an initial angle at liftoff, and this influenced the angle of attack of the entire flight. It's possible that if the sustainer were laser straight and if the pad were laser straight, we wouldn't have had as much sideways flight to create that bend angle to begin with. So last we go back to the motor again. I chose the N5800 because it was a high thrust, high impulse motor. I wanted a motor that was gonna give me options for a launch tower and a motor that would nearly maximize the amount of altitude I get for this rocket size. However, the N5800 is kind of known for eating rockets, particularly minimum diameter rockets, and I thought that putting 30 pounds of rocket on top of the N5800 would be enough to kind of tame it, but it still was pulling 20 to 25 Gs during the boost, which is not to be trifled with. Like Mach 1.6 in less than 3 seconds, less than 1,000 meters off the ground, is scary fast. I really wanted the altitude. I knew that the shadows were going to be big and soft and hard to see. So height makes right, but that's also really hard. Also, importantly, the reason the pad didn't work as planned on launch day was very simple and very frustrating. The battery was too cold. On the test day, it had been sitting out in the sun for a couple of hours. It was about 3 p.m. and it was almost 70 degrees outside.
It's getting hot.
On launch day, the sun was intermittent at best, and it was in the 40s. The voltage dropped enough that it could not light 2 igniters in parallel, but it could do 1. And since we tested that exact configuration the day before, that was the last thing that we checked, and that's why it took so long. The 360 cameras inside the rocket were on for about 40 minutes, and they conked out at about 30 minutes, just like they did in Oregon. We actually have no 360 video from inside the rocket, unfortunately. Luckily, thankfully, we had a backup plan. Zyla and George were able to recover the first balloon, not the second. If you want to see more, watch Zyla's video. It's great, and it's way shorter than this one. And here's what we saw. So, why no soft shadow? Simply put, the moon's shadow is just too big. The moon's penumbra literally spans most of the Earth's surface during a solar eclipse. It's thousands of miles across. And even though we can see for hundreds of miles from this shot, it's still not enough to show the difference in shadow from one edge to the other. Without the umbra during a total eclipse, giving you that defined shadow line, you have to go way, way higher to see any difference. Which some people did tell me from the beginning, but I didn't listen because I wanted to find out for myself, and we did. We got to do something that we loved and got to do it with people that we cared about during a fucking solar eclipse. It doesn't get any better than that. I mean, the rocket could have worked, but like, whatever, dog. My name is Andrew Adams. This is Project Saros. I will see you next time. Make sure to say thank you to the friends on the way out. Okay, bye!
We're about to start blowing shit up.
Breaks and has its own pin.
Love seeing the drawing.
Wow!
Looking around trying to find any of the debris.
You look like a ghost.
3 or 4 seconds into the launch, but...
You want some? Okay.
We go a teeny bit straighter and.
Number 1 victory royale. You gotta warm up. Keep out done. Done! Look at the sun!